Welcome to this fully comprehensive PB running guide. In this video, I'll teach you everything you need to know about M7 PB running. Let's get right into it. Now, if you're watching this video, chances are you don't have a permanent party. You might think that going into Party Finder and just typing in a note would be good enough to get you a party. But in reality, the average Party Finder player has an IQ of a fire hydrant, so it would probably not work out for you. What you should do instead is look for people on Discord servers, or find people that you've already played with and you know they're decent, and form a party that way. And actually, speaking of finding a party on Discord, I've been developing the bot that I've been working on for the past week or so. And basically, what the bot does is it lets you create a party. Let's say I have 7 out of 33, 6-minute PB. Leave this empty for now, I guess. You can write the note, I don't know. Good players, whatever. It creates a party, right, in this channel. And then the other people can see the party. And they can obviously join the party if they meet the requirements. This user gets a notification if a player has joined their party. And obviously you can leave the party. The owner can disband the party. I'm not the owner, I cannot obviously disband the party. But here I can disband the party. This guy gets a notification that this party has been disbanded. So yeah, I feel like it's a pretty cool concept. And if the people want to use it, they can obviously join with Discord. I'll leave the link in the description. Now, for the most part, your clear will be pretty normal, aside from a few things. The first thing is the 0-second blood rush. Basically, what the mage in the party does is before the dungeon starts, someone unreadies, and then the mage door skips all the way until blood, and 3 seconds before it starts, he uses his tactical insertion and then walks out the map, so when the dungeon starts, he ends up back in blood, and that's called a 0-second blood rush. After that, mage has to blood camp, which is done by staying in blood and waiting for 4 mobs to spawn, and then killing them as soon as the watcher moves away from the middle. That way, you just skip dialogue and speed up the camp significantly. If your team is struggling to get S+ before the camp is done, you can help them by doing secrets while the mobs spawn. Now, if you have other people than the mage in the party that also own a tactical insertion, they can do what's called an insta-clear, which is basically 0-seconding into a room that is a mob room, so you cannot do that to a puzzle. But yeah, basically you also tag 3 seconds before the dungeon starts, walk out the map, and then you spawn back into that room, and it is going to be cleared instantly without you having to clear any of the mobs. So it is worth doing in rooms like Slime or Pit. Basically the rooms that are the hardest to clear. Note that you can also do this with rooms that are adjacent to Green Room. If the room is to the left or to the right of Green Room, you can use a hopper to go through it as soon as the dungeon starts, and insta-clear a room as long as it's not connected to the rest of the dungeon. Now, I'm not going to talk much more about clear in this video, but if you want to know more, please check out my clear tips video. It's going to be in the right upper corner of the screen. Now I also want to say that unless you have really good clear, which is like sub 1 pretty consistently, you should not be PB running outside of Paul. Now, the only thing that's different than boss are the terms, so this is what I'm going to go over, and I'm going to show what terms each class does and what they're responsible for. Now, Archer's terminals in PB runs don't really change, but what you have to know is your pre-enter depends on the speed of the SS. So if the SS is usually faster than 12 seconds, you can pre-enter at 3.1 seconds, and if it's faster than 15 seconds, you pre-enter at 6.1 seconds to get the optimal pre-enter. And after that, it's pretty standard, aside from people who you leap to, which are shown on screen. Now, tank terminals stay pretty much the same, but I have some remarks. First of all, you can pre-leap to Archer after you're done debuffing, and just pop your Bonzo and your Phoenix if you still have them. Also, you're supposed to stack levers in 3rd section, which you usually don't. And in 4th section, you have to do a bit of a different movement because of the core movement that Mage does. Now, first is quite a bit different. Obviously, it starts off with you doing pre-4. Then after you're done, you leap out to either Mage or Tank, based on who got, well, either Melody or like hard terminals. Basically, whoever needs help, you go help them. After that, you leap to Archer, do your terms as normal. And then 3rd section, you have to do 3rd terminal and then stack device with the healer, because of the Mage not being there. Then in 4th section, you have a choice. You can either stack levers with the Archer, or you can go into core with this Bonzo movement. And that also depends on what your Mage does in terminals. Now, Mage terminals are actually completely different from what they do in normal runs, because of having to do the thing called core movement, which is in 2nd section, going inside of core after they've done their terminal. You mine through and then run through core, end up on the other side, and you basically just pre-enter 4th section, which means someone has to cover your term in 3rd section. After that, you have a choice of either going back into core or doing your terminal normally. If you go back into core, then someone else has to cover your terminal, usually healer, and then Burst and Archer to stack levers. Healer is probably the hardest role in PB runs, since you have to do SS. Then 2nd section is the same as normal. The only thing you have to remember is pre-stomp the stair for pre-enter, otherwise you will get stuck on it. Then in 3rd section, you have to do Mage's terminal, which is 2nd, and then stack dev. And then in 4th section, you either just do levers, or you get Mage's terminal, depending on what the Mage does. Now you might be wondering why the title of this video says the fully comprehensive guide to PB running, and the video is specifically M7. And the answer is pretty simple. I do not think you should be PB running any other floor other than M7. And if you do decide to PB run those floors, there aren't really any strats to it. You just have to 0 second and then do the floor. And if you try to PB run F7, it's basically the same thing as M7. The terms might be a bit different, but I don't think it matters too much. Yeah, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.